Cultural Center to keep all change, itch, and stripe on the dance floor. We caught up with Valerie Davis after a dance.
همسایه خیلی خسته‌اینم. برگشتم شایان میشه.
Dancers enjoyed a live band, lunch, and pictures with Santa. Ocean of a fellowship, a friendship, and fun. It's fit, and it's just an amazing time. Nikki Benson, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
We could get a rain snow mix tonight, but getting back into winter temperatures by the weekend. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up is 313.
Chicago isn't just a city, it's a stage. From the latest theater premieres and music festivals to food that defines our neighborhoods and art that inspires the world. Our newsroom brings you the stories that make Chicago one of a kind. Listen every day. News Radio 1059 WBBM. A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved people, but he also liked peace and quiet. So he cooked up KFC's $4.99 chicken hot pot. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender
¿Cómo
chicken
está tu
feast to
día?
get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls.
How was
And that
it?
means the Colonel lived, so we could chicken. KFC's chicken hot pot, the best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Participation may vary. Supplies last time. There's fees extra. Selling your home. It's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the
بعد باران داریم برف داریم.
Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by
furnace tune-up, backed by a 1-year no-breakdown guarantee. Peace of mind, only a tune-up away. Call today and save $50 from your trusted local experts. For all the right reasons, call 866-4Seasons. Next report, 328 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Neil, thank you. Let's see for the rest of this afternoon. Windy, not as cold, plenty of clouds, highs in the mid to upper 30s, but then we could get some rain showers mixing with snow later on, temperatures in the 30s. Right now, 35 at O'Hare, 36 Midway. Winds out of the southwest now at 9 miles an hour. Stocks kind of mixed. The Dow down, S&P down, and the Nasdaq up. It is 320. Our top story this hour, City Council members getting a peek of Mayor Johnson's revised budget plan. Back and forth it goes, but it remains unclear if the changes will be enough to sway aldermen who disagree with the mayor's proposed head tax. We're going to take a closer look at that story coming up at 3:31. Well, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich was arrested on corruption charges 17 years ago today, a moment in Illinois history. U.S. Attorney Patrick Fitzgerald detailed the allegations.
The most cynical behavior in all this, the most appalling, is the fact that Governor Blagojevich tried to sell the appointment to the Senate seat vacated by President-elect Obama. The conduct would make Lincoln roll over in his grave.
Blagojevich was sentenced to 14 years in prison in 2011, but as we remember, President Trump commuted his sentence in 2020 and officially pardoned him earlier this year. A Roosevelt University grad back in Chicago as part of a national tour of a beloved holiday favorite. Patrick Johnson spent the last 4 years working behind the scenes at Broadway in Chicago. Now he's back in town on stage as part of the national tour of Elf, the musical. The show is at the Auditorium Theater, where Johnson first sat as a student, dreaming of being an actor.
Being back in Chicago, and we get to be in the Auditorium Theater, which I graduated across in May and got my degree on, that was one of the most emotional moments I think I've had yet in this industry. Yeah, it's been a surreal experience.
Johnson's first professional role was at Drury Lane Theater. Elf, the musical, will be in Chicago through Sunday. A mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow ends lower. We're going to get the numbers and check in with Bloomberg coming up.
Things are going to be busy between now and the end of the year. Holiday gatherings, school functions for the kids, and family get-togethers. Hey, it's Roz Varon, and the last thing you want to worry about this holiday season is whether your roof is going to make it through another Chicago winter. One call to Rogers Roofing to schedule a free 21-point roof inspection will put your mind at ease. A highly trained roof inspector will carefully examine every inch of your roof, checking the 21 most common areas of roofing failure. Then go over their results with you and discuss your options going forward. Most of the time, problems can be fixed with a minor repair, but if it is time for a new roof, Rogers offers money-saving discounts and financing terms to make paying easy. And don't forget, Rogers is so confident in their skilled installers, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So call or go online to schedule your free 21-point roof inspection today. 872-320-4880. That's 872-320-4880 or online at rogersroofing.com. 3:23, now business from the PNC Bank Business Desk, official bank of the Bears. And here's Tom Busby.
Well, because the Trump tariffs hammered a lot of U.S. farmers who were not allowed to sell their soybeans and other crops to China, the world's biggest farm machinery maker, Deere & Company, says it's helping farmers substantially cut costs after the Trump White House pressured farm equipment manufacturers to drop prices on tractors. It told Bloomberg it has, quote, kept focus on supporting our customers and helping them build for the long haul. This report is sponsored by Fidelity. Bloomberg learning that SpaceX, the Elon Musk-owned rocket ship and space exploration company, is now aiming for an initial public stock offering next year. It's looking for a valuation of $1.5 trillion. President Trump trying to drum up confidence for his handling of the economy. He's heading to a casino in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania later tonight, his first rally-style event in months, addressing concerns about affordability, inflation, and stubbornly high prices. And more Americans turn to the crowdfunding site GoFundMe this year to raise money for basic needs like housing and even for food. GoFundMe says it saw a 20% increase in fundraisers for essentials in 2025. With business at 23 and 53 from the Bloomberg Newsroom, Tom Busby, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
We've got a semi-fire on the Stevenson causing some trouble on the tollway. We're going to check in with Neil coming up at 3:25.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches?
Maintain X is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals, no more hunting down parts, no more drowning in paperwork. With Maintain X, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try Maintain X for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
Contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-342-1834. That's 800-342-1834.
Thanks to Total Wine, you save more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our heartful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Price so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly and 21.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
Yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data.
or
No service here?
switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family could say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on Group Matrix State of 5G Report United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
328, as promised, traffic time. Here's Neil
The
Fiorito.
road to avoid the Stevenson on the outbound side. Traffic is at a standstill before the Dan Ryan and before Damon. A fully engulfed semi-fire. All your lanes are blocked through that stretch. Again, from the Dan Ryan and before Damon to get out of downtown, maybe Archer or Cermak. Once you get past Damon, you should be okay to rejoin the outbound side of the Stevenson. Coming inbound, you're about 48 minutes from 355. 30 minutes in for the Tri-State. A lot to see between Damon and the Dan Ryan with your Gapers delay. On the Eames coming inbound, you're 22 minutes. Kennedy out, 42, 47 in from O'Hare into downtown. Eisenhower still a challenge inbound. You're stop and go from North Avenue to the Tri-State. A stalled semi continues to block the exit ramp southbound on the Tri-State. An hour 10 in, you're about the same going out to the Jane Addams Tollway. Southside, the Dan Ryan 27 out, 20 minutes in. 57 outbound, just heavy off the Ryan to Halstead. Bishop Ford Freeway looks okay. Your South Lakeshore Drive is heavy in spots from the Gold Coast to Grand Park, and you're backed up southbound into Hyde Park. Next report, 338 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Plenty of clouds, but relatively mild, 35 degrees at 329.
Did you know you have the power to manage your energy? From usage alerts to energy-saving programs and more, ComEd has all kinds of ideas to help you gain control over your energy costs. Find out more at ComEd.com/energy savings.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Website modification may vary. Online health questions required.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
3:30, good afternoon. I'm Lisa Fielding. Here are the top stories on News Radio WBBM.
A new day brings a new version of Mayor Johnson's head tax on Chicago's biggest corporations. I'm political editor Jeff Buckles at City Hall with the changes and what's driving.
We're getting a sneak peek at the inside of Bally's permanent downtown casino. A well-known opera singer is found stabbed to death in his California home. Plus, a federal judge rules the DOJ can release grand jury testimony from the sex trafficking case of Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, in business.
Wall Street ends the day mixed, a little change ahead of tomorrow's rate decision from the Fed. The Dow today down 179. The Nasdaq added 31. The S&P down 6. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
Got cloudy skies, 35 degrees at 3:31. Chicago aldermen are getting their first look today at the latest revision to Mayor Brandon Johnson's city proposed head tax on the biggest employers. But it's not clear whether the changes will be enough to break a stalemate on next year's budget. The details today from WBBM political editor Jeff Buckles.
The original version of what the mayor calls the community safety surcharge would have collected $21 per employee per month from every company with more than 100 workers in the city. The mayor says the new version would raise that tax to $33 per worker per month from companies with more than 500 workers. He says that would apply to about 175 corporations who can easily afford it.
$30 a month is not going to change their bottom line.
The mayor says the revision is a response to concern from aldermen about the burden on restaurants, grocery stores, and other smaller businesses.
Do I think that this places us in a stronger position? I do.
But some aldermen say they're still opposed to anything that could discourage companies from growing in the city, even as the mayor's people insist ending the previous head tax had no effect on job growth. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
Well, top Illinois leaders say the CTA is taking steps to respond to concerns about public safety on board trains and on platforms. It comes as the Trump administration has threatened to withhold federal funds if the agency doesn't step up law enforcement on trains. Today, Governor Pritzker called the directive illegal.
There's no reason why the President of the United States or the Department of Transportation should be sending a threatening letter to the state when they know full well if they read anything and read the newspapers, they would know that that action has been taken, is being taken.
Some critics, including downtown alderman Brendan Riley, says the agencies and city needs to do more than putting security guards on platforms. New renderings of Bally's new permanent Chicago casino is offering a peek inside.
The $1.7 billion River West Casino, slated to open next September, will feature thousands of slots, plus a hotel, theater, restaurants, and riverfront park. Real estate news site Chicago YIMBY first spotted the new interior renderings of the casino, offering a preview of a poker room and gaming floor. Those photos were tucked inside another Bally's application for a casino in New York City. Haley Hansen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A renowned opera singer has been found dead at a home in Santa Monica. Police say Jubilant Sykes was stabbed multiple times. His 31-year-old son is the prime suspect. He was taken into custody at the home. Sykes has performed at famous venues around the world, including Carnegie Hall and the Kennedy Center. He was 71 years old. A federal judge has ruled that the Justice Department can release grand jury materials from the sex trafficking case against Ghislaine Maxwell. She's the longtime confidant and girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein.
It's really about, in this specific case for Maxwell, what else could be in the actual discovery and the evidence of this case. The judges in the earlier refusals and refutals of this Department of Justice motion to unseal these records said there really was not much in their private review of these grand jury materials, but it's what's unknown. It's potentially hundreds, if not thousands of pages of new transcripts, new documents, court filings, interviews, all of which will be redacted to remove victims' names and identities.
For CBS's Jake Rosen, the ruling in the wake of the Epstein Files Transparency Act means the records could be made public by December 19th. Small business owners are struggling to find qualified employees these days. Here's CBS News business reporter Jason Brooks.
The NFIB Small Business Optimism Index rose slightly in November from the previous month, but the survey says that small business owners are still frustrated by labor quality, with more than 1 in 5 saying it's their single biggest problem, with inflation and taxes coming in second and third place. More than 1 in 3 small business owners said they raised prices in November, a 13 percentage point jump from October. biggest monthly increase in the survey's history to the highest percentage of owners raising prices in more than 2.5 years.
The overall index rose in higher sales expectations. The president announcing a massive bailout this week for American farmers who are suffering under this global trade war. $12 billion will be used to keep farmers afloat.
U.S. farmers are dealing with everything from high costs to declining crop prices to a lack of global trade opportunities, this farmer in Sacramento says.
It's the worst ever because we're getting the same prices as my dad got in the 1970s.
Some farmers say the Trump aid package is definitely needed, but it isn't enough to meet the depth of trouble they are in. In Mississippi, there are concerns that many Delta farmers will leave the business. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Around the world, UNICEF giving a concerning update on the malnutrition rates in Gaza. A new report says 9,300 children there were treated for severe malnutrition in October after the first phase of an agreement to end the war that started. Spokesperson Tess Ingram says that denials of crossings, route closures, and security problems are all delaying more aid there.
About a 250% increase in the volume of aid that UNICEF has been able to pick up inside Gaza. That's positive, but of course we're coming off an incredibly low base and it's still nowhere near enough.
A UN-backed hunger monitor said the famine conditions in August affected about 500,000 people. That's about a quarter of Gaza's population. Coming up in a minute, low gas prices, traffic, and weather together. It's 3:36.
Consider it done with ABC. Our family's been available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for more than 65 years. ABC Plumbing, Sewer, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Book your appointment today at 4abc.com and consider it done.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Now, the lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Sponsored by PackyWebFord.com. Own a business? You may be able to deduct 100% of the price on a Section 179 qualifying new Ford model. For details, visit PackyWebFord.com. In Winfield, the Shell on Winfield Road and Beecher has gas for $2.96 a gallon, and Homer Glen, Sitco, and 159th and Twin Lakes has gas for $2.55 a gallon. Coming up.
This is Nancy Hardy. Indiana lawmakers have a lot on their plates as they vote on redistricting, including a bill to name a state sandwich.
All right, that's coming up, 3:38. Traffic sponsored by Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. How are the roads, Neil?
Not good on DeSable Lakeshore Drive and the Dan Ryan. You are stacked on either side trying to get to the Stevenson because the Stevenson is closed on the outbound side before Damon. Traffic is at a standstill from King Drive. Crews are dealing with a semi-fire. It was an empty trailer, fully engulfed at one point. All your lanes are blocked on the Stevenson outbound before Damon. Use Archer, Cermak, or anything you can out of downtown. Once you get past Damon, you will see some delays, but at least you'll be moving. Stevenson coming inbound, you're at 50 from 355 to DeSable Lakeshore Drive. Your Gapers delay inbound from California to past Damon. A pretty big backup along I-80 and Joliet westbound from US 30 to Briggs. Crash blocking at least a lane there. Eden's your travel time inbound at 30 minutes. Kennedy in 50, you're 40 out to the airport. Eisenhower's an hour 12 in from I-90, 37 in from Manheim. Still some traffic from North Avenue to the Tri-State because of a stalled semi blocking the exit ramp to the southbound side of 294. Eisenhower 53 out